Okay, this video is for the Rock Wraith Boss Fight in Dragon Age 2. This is the first real boss fight you come across in the game. For me, it's been hours in because I've been doing every little side quest I could. But this is a tough fight. What you want to do going in is you want to have a party set up and you want to be able to be doing some spirit damage. Now in my case that means I've got two casters, both with spirit staffs equipped. One is Bethany, my healer, and the other is Meryl, who's got her spirit tree mostly filled out. I'm just going over the tactics here. I'm setting everybody to attack the lowest health enemy, since for the boss fight that's going to be the boss, except for those brief moments when he calls a bunch of profanes and you want to pick them off quickly. That'll get all your characters focused on those one by one to pick them off. That'll be important to take those down. Just making sure here that I've got my tactics set up to replenish their mana. And then let's see here. I'm going to have my main character. Probably won't be switching away from him, but just in case, I'm going to get his tactics set up to use some miasmic flask against the boss if I'm ever controlling one of the others. I'm going to be relying pretty heavily with him on bursting arrow because it slows the enemies. I'll be doing most of that manually with my main character, which is a ranged rogue. As you can see here for Varric, I've got a bunch of rogue and sabotage tactics set up. He's got his crossbow. And then Meryl, I've got a bunch of damage and spirit bolt, most importantly, set up here in her tactics. And some other damaging and petrification spells for crowd control. I've also got her dispel set up to just pretty much spam on the boss. Got dispel magic on anything boss or higher. And for Bethany, oh, and I've also got every character set to the cautious behavior except for my main, so they won't stay engaged with enemies if I'm running away, so it allows me to lead them away more easily. It's pretty much a ranged behavior, except it prevents them from chasing down an enemy, and it means that if they're getting AoE attacks that they will move away. I've got Bethany set up with Glyph of Pluralysis here to spam that on the boss whenever she can. It'll give us some crowd control, give us a chance to do some damage without it being able to move around. Alright, so those are the tactics there. I didn't want to go in that in too much detail. Your group will be different.
What is this place? This is the vault. The dwarves would have brought there. That can't be good.
You'll notice I didn't bring a tank in because she doesn't do much damage, and with how much this thing moves around, I just found that she was really not contributing at all. And the tank doesn't really, at least maybe it's my character build, but she wasn't holding aggro on the boss. So you'll find yourself pausing a lot and moving characters manually. Don't let them take too much damage, and don't be bashful with the heals. I've got heals set up in the tactics, but I have to use them a lot manually anyway, because they just don't react quick enough. So just be mindful of where all the characters are so they don't get pinned down taking melee attacks from that boss, or they'll be dead soon. Gonna heal up on Meryl and Laerdus here. My character's name. If you had a tank in here that had some spirit damage added to their weapon, they could be really useful because it'll do more damage. One thing you want to do here is notice when the boss goes into the middle and starts to kind of do his main power, and get behind a column really quick. See how the column protects you there. That'll give you a chance to heal up and not be taking damage. And then immediately after, you're going to see a bunch of profane spawn. You want to take those down as quickly as you can. I'm going to use my main character here to do an AoE attack, the Hail of Arrows, which I've maxed out in the tree so it slows down anything within that radius. I'm relying on that heavily to beat this boss. But again, still you want to take down those small enemies first so they can't just sit there and spam damage, and focus all your attacks back on the boss. Watch out for its rolling melee attack. You want to dodge that thing. So we're going to lose marrow here. First time I did this, I found that losing a party member didn't really make too much of a difference. So it's just less people to draw away heals from Bethany. Placed better. Get behind the column again, avoid the damage. And take out the profane again. You want to have your tactics set up in some way so that your party is all focusing on one of those at a time. You can take them down quickly. In my case, I've got it set to lowest health, so I just get in it. Once I get one bow attack on one of those low-level profanes, then all the other party members then focus in on it because it has the lowest health. This other power that the boss does is kind of like a gravity bomb that pulls you in. Just try and fight it and get out of it. I haven't really found any other trick to it, but maybe I'm missing something. It doesn't seem to be too devastating unless your other party members get sucked in for a long time. Key to this one is just party location and mob control, slowing or rooting him, or paralyzing him, and then just manual heals, keep your health up. When you go into the deep roads for this fight, make sure you have plenty of health potions. It could be hard to have the cash for it unless you take the offer from, what's his name, that other dwarf to front the gold for you. If you're using your own 50 gold, then you might not have a lot left over, but it takes some time to build up enough money to pretty much buy up every health potion you can. There's a dragon boss fight in here in the deep roads too that, if you're not careful, can use up a lot of those heals. And don't forget stamina. The easiest way to move your whole group is to hit the right and left bumpers at the same time to select the whole party. And then do a move to put them in the place you want them. Huge improvement over Dragon Age Origins. In the group party control command. These profane are kind of a pain here in the deep roads, so as you go in, if you have some armor or items that add electricity protection, wouldn't be a bad idea to equip those before going into the deep roads. Just so you know, the bow I'm using on my main character is a bow I looted in one of the quests just before the deep roads that adds 7 spirit damage, so that's helping out quite a bit in the damage I'm able to do. Spirit damage bypasses the armor ratings, so if you're just doing physical attacks on this boss, you're going to be hard-pressed to do the damage you need to fast enough. Slow him again here with the AoE attack. There, this is taking too long. If your character is using a bow, one thing you have to be careful of in here is there's a lot of angles at which you don't have a direct path, and so your character can just kind of get stuck sitting there and twirling his bow if he's not in a good path to the enemy. So keep an eye on that so you don't waste time not doing damage. Probably be a good idea before going in. I should have set a tactic to use the stamina drop with my 2 rogues. Set it maybe when they get down to 10% so you don't burn through them too quick. This battle's not going to live or die by special attack damage, but you'll need those slowing skills and or the confusing skills that I'm relying on from my other rogue. Alright, looks like we just about got him down here. Stamina draw and a couple of specials and he should be gone.